Good afternoon and many thanks for making time for KTN Newsdesk. This is indeed the show that news is brought to you as it happens. It is the 22nd day of November 2013. My name is Bonny Tunya. Welcome to the program. Now we have a lot in store for you, but first let's take a look at the highlights. Right, Industrial Court throws out Cholet's plea to be reinstated. Let's reconcile Kiambu Governor William Kabogo's truce with the MCAs. And finally, United Nations Organization on Food and Agriculture warns of an imminent food shortage in the country. All this and more coming up on the news desk. Welcome to the program. Now, Deputy President William Ruto is back in court at the ICC today as the hearing of his case continues. Ruto has been excused by the court to miss court proceedings on November the 21st to sit for the President Uhuru Kenyatta, who was out of the country on official duty. Now, two witnesses are expected to testify before the cases adjourns for the Christmas break on November the 29th, 2013. Now, Deputy President landed in The Hague yesterday afternoon. Meanwhile, the AU is pushing for amendment for the Rome Statute to protect sitting heads of state and government from prosecuting the Assembly of State Parties meeting, which began on Wednesday. Right into a story that we highlighted earlier on, and the Industrial Court has rejected Gladys Cholet's bid to be reinstated as the Judiciary Chief Registrar pending hearing of her case. Now, Justice Ndumanderi, however, says that Cholet has an arguable case. The ruling given this morning at the Milimani courts reinforces the appointment of her successor, Kakai Kisinga, as the acting Chief Registrar of the Judiciary of Kenya, as the recruitment process of the same continues. Now, the hearing of her case against the Judicial Service Commission will take place on the 24th of January. Cholet says she will appeal the decision.
We are operating under new dispensation. In the previous labor laws in this country, reinstatement was given cautiously. But an interim reinstatement. But now want to develop the jurisprudence of the Court of Appeal. So we're going to the Court of Appeal next week to have the Court of Appeal develop the jurisprudence. But we are set with the ruling as it is.
Right, former Juja Member of Parliament George Thuo's funeral service is currently underway at the Thika Sports Club that is in Kiambu County. Former MP will later be laid to rest at a private ceremony that will only be attended by invited mourners. President Uhuru Kenyatta is at the function together with other dignitaries. Thuo died under mysterious circumstances while having drinks with friends in a Thika town bar. Our reporter Wilkester Nyabo is in Thika with the very latest. Wilkester, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Bonny Tunya. Hello, Bonny Tunya.
Great. Wilkester, we can hear you loud and clear. Paint to us a picture of exactly what is happening now.
Okay, we are coming to you from the Thika Sports Club, where a funeral service is being held for the late former Juja Member of Parliament. We have seen friends and family come in just to remember the man who served as a Juja Member of Parliament between 2008 and 2010. And we have seen colleagues who served with him during this time showing up among them. We have seen Jacoyo Midiwe speaking very fondly of the time when he served with George Thuo, who served as government chief whip. We have also seen Jamlek Kamau here and Evans Kidero, together with President Uhuru Kenyatta and the First Lady, each of them remembering George Thuo for his sense of humor and his larger-than-life personality, even after he left Parliament, and all of them just standing up to show support for the family during this difficult time. Even after the funeral, the family will be trying to ascertain exactly what caused the former Juja Member of Parliament death. And as you have mentioned, that there will be a burial later today. The body will be laid to rest at a funeral, at a private service, where only very, very close and intimate friends are allowed to go in. This will be at the family home, but at this point, this service is open to members of the public, and we have seen many people from around Thika and beyond just coming in to pay their last respects to George Thuo, and we will be keeping an eye on this throughout the day. Back to you, Bonny Tunya.
Okay, so do we know why this the burial rather, will be in private?
Well, it is simply just the family just trying to have a moment of privacy, because he was a public figure, and they have allowed members of the public to just come in for the service. Everybody who felt that they knew or who wanted to mourn him to come in for the service, but they would like a little bit of privacy later when they lay him to rest, just a moment by themselves to think, to contemplate, and also to pay their last respects.
All right, Wilkerson Nyambo, many thanks and good afternoon. We'll be getting back to you as and when the ceremony progresses. But we do know that the funeral service for former government whip and Juja Member of Parliament George Thuo is currently underway at the Thika Sports Stadium, and there will be a private burial later on today. We also know that the President and some other dignitaries are in attendance. Moving on, a man has been arrested for attempting to rob a businessman in Murang'a County. The suspect was in the company of 3 others who managed to escape. According to police, the gang is known to trail business people who they think deal with large sums of money.
The suspect arrested by local administration police is said to have planned to steal 250,000 shillings from a businessman who had just left a bank in Thika town.
Akapita opposite direction na akaponyoka, isipokuwa hatujakamata namba mzuri, ndio tunapata still tunachunguza, alafu tutaeleza members of the public.
The man is said to have been part of a 4-member gang that was posing as uniformed police officers when they attacked the victim.
Suspect alipatikana na different currencies ambayo ni pesa ya $30, 500 pesa ya Tanzania, Kenya money 250, 500 ya Afghanistan bank, and then Cooperative Bank.
The gang is said to be behind a number of robberies involving customers from the same bank. They trail their victims known to have withdrawn large sums of money. Police suspect that they could have been aided by one of the bank tellers. Catherine Omwando, KTN.
We stay in Murang'a, and police in that county have arrested a man suspected to be part of a gang of kidnappers that have been carrying out abductions in the area since last year. The man was arrested at the Kennel town while trying to rob a motorist along the Thika Kennel Road. According to Murang'a County Commissioner Kula Hache, the suspect was in the company of 2 others who were dressed as administration police officers and ordered their victim out of the car, claiming they were police officers. The victim's calls for distress attracted the attention of bypassers and police officers who were on patrol. Now, 2 suspects managed to escape. Police have recovered, however, the handcuffs and foreign currency, and also impounded the vehicle they used by the suspect.
Hii nilipewa na huyu jamaa nimshikie. Alafu wakati nimesikia marizazi mimi nilikuachwa nayo kama nimeshika na mkono, na kama ni mtu mbaya ningetupa.
Kama unafanya nini na watu nilishika?
Nilikuja kununua matairi kwao Thika. Na alafu akaniambia tairi ziko Kambiti. Sasa akaniambia niingie kwa gari.
Now, Prince George of Canterbury is now Prince George of Lamnyak, at least according to the Samburu County, who in an elaborate ceremony named the 4-month-old baby Lomnyak, meaning the Blessed One, in an event characterized by color and beautiful Samburu dances. Prince George's parents, Prince William and his wife, Duchess of Cambridge, were also given 3 bulls, a heifer and an expectant goat. The British envoy to Kenya, Dr. Christian Tana, was at hand to receive the gifts on behalf of the royal family. The event was held at the Namunyak village in Wamba in Samburu County. We'll be having details to that particular story in a little while, but last week KTN's highlighted the state of insecurity in Samburu County, where according to the Red Cross, 64 people have so far have been killed over the last 1 year. In an ethnic conflict between Samburu and the Turkana, the conflict that has intensified since the Baragoi massacre, where more than 40 police officers were killed. That has seen more than 10,000 people displaced. And last month, speaking on the security issue in Samburu, Senator Sami Leshore says the police officers deployed in Samburu have not done much to avert the crisis and should instead be recalled. He has also insisted that the Samburu people will not agree to be disarmed until other communities are disarmed. Samburu Governor Hussein Lenol Kulal says there will be a peace meeting to try and reconcile the warring communities.
We've always indicated that the 50 arms that were taken from the government forces should be recovered, because these are being owned by individuals. It's not a community issue, and the owners of those arms should be treated as criminals, not as a particular community, but as criminals in possession of arms that were taken off the security forces when they were massacred in Baragoi.
I would like to urge the government to step in. If they don't want to step in, then let them pack those 400 soldiers, let them pack and go back to Nairobi where they came from. We have been having 400 askaris in Baragoi for the last 1 year. What are they doing? What are they doing? Or the Lengu should tell them to pack and go back. We are tired of that. I'm not going to agree to be disarmed. We are having problems from west, from among the Turkanas, among the Pokots, among the Boranas, among the Somalis. So are we an island of peace? If the government wants to disarm the Samburus, let them disarm all those communities surrounding us.
Let's go to Central Kenya. And pertinent issues affecting the society, especially in Central Kenya, were tackled during the Nyeri Cultural Week that premiered yesterday. Various entertainment groups showcased their talent with zeal while performing at the Nyeri Tourism Hall in Kiawara. Though through dance and music, issues such as alcoholism and drug abuse were discussed, and coming at a time when alcoholism has become a major problem among the youth in the region. Men were reminded to take charge as heads of their families, as many have become voiceless and even leave women to pay their own dowries. The performance also hailed Kenya for its 50-year journey since independence and urged Kenyans to take pride in their motherland.
Tumepatia waimbaji fursa waweze kuleta zile nyimbo ambazo zilikuwa za kitambo ili zisiweze kusahaulika na generation ya sasa, kwa sababu tumeona mara mingi hata kwenye tamasha za muziki za mashule unapata the young generation doesn't know some of those old musics which were being performed in those early years. Tamasha hizo zinahusika pia na zile sherehe ambazo tutakuwa nazo Disemba 12 ya Jamhuri Day. So tamasha hizi ni kama ndio mwanzo wa sherehe hizo, kwa sababu zile teams ambazo tutaenda National Music Festivals, baadhi yao ndio watachaguliwa pia kuentertain wakati wa sherehe kubwa wakati wa Disemba 12.
Let's go back to Samburu to a story we highlighted earlier on. Prince George of Canterbury is now Prince George Lomnyak. That is at least according to the Samburu community, who in an elaborate ceremony named the 4-month-old baby Lomnyak, meaning the Blessed One. In an event characterized by color and beautiful Samburu dances, Prince George's parents, Prince William and his wife, the Duchess of Cambridge, were also given 3 bulls, a heifer and an expectant goat. Now, the British envoy to Kenya, Dr. Christian Turner, was at hand to receive the gifts on behalf of the royal family.
The birth of Prince George of Canterbury in July this year undoubtedly elicited excitement not just in the United Kingdom. The ripples seem to have reached the Samburu people too here in Kenya. And while the 4-month-old royal baby might have been playing in his crib at the Kensington Palace, oblivious to the happenings in Wamba area of Kenya, at a special Thanksgiving ceremony, Prince George got a new name. To the Samburu, he is now Prince George Lomnyak. Lomnyak meaning the Blessed One. And it is not just a new name he got. In African culture, the birth of a baby is celebrated in pomp, color, and gifts for the baby. And that is exactly what happened in Namunyak village in Wamba.
We pulled our little resources to see that Prince George Lomnyak William get our gift, however small it is. That is our culture.
The infant and his parents, Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge, got 3 bulls, a heifer, and an expectant goat. British High Commissioner Dr. Christian Turner was present at the function to collect the gifts on behalf of the royal family. The Samburu elders resolved to bless the young couple as a way of saying thank you for the hospitality shown by his father, Prince Charles, when he visited Leshore when he got shot in a robbery incident in Nairobi that left him and Lagdera MP Mohammed Shidie confined in a wheelchair. Dr. Turner said the ties between Kenya and the UK are firm.
Let these ties, the royal ties with the Samburus and Namunyak, let be extended across Kenya.
Today, the Britain-Kenya relationship is a modern one. It is based on mutual respect, on partnership and shared interests. And it is very much my goal to see that relationship ever strengthened and ever deepened.
The strong ties we have, we want to establish a linkage with the UK government, with our partners, particularly as mentioned, on issues to do with tourism, on issues to do with conservation.
The Samburu people, who are strict custodians of their culture, were especially thrilled when word reached them that a male child had been born to the young couple. Under their culture, a child is given a name and a calf to help him jumpstart his life. Dr. Turner, who read part of his statement in Kiswahili, said he was privileged to receive the gifts on behalf of the royal family.
Shukuru nyote sana sana kwa kujitolea kwenu, ukarimu wenu na pia kwa zawadi zenu.
Carol Derry for KTN in Samburu.
And so the royal baby needs a cow and a goat to jumpstart his life. Elsewhere, a closed-door meeting between Kiambu Governor William Kafogo and members of the County Assembly took almost 5 hours at the Kiambu Assembly. Now, the main agenda of the meeting was to reconcile the members who had for several weeks disagreed on various issues. The governor said it was high time the members put their differences aside and worked together for the progress of the county. He assured Kiambu residents that County Assembly members are now speaking the same language and will work together. Assembly Speaker Nick Ndisho lauded the governor for settling the differences, saying it could have escalated. This is the second time Kafogo visited the County Assembly since he officially opened it a few months ago.
We also want those people out there who want to take advantage of certain situations in Kiambu to leave Kiambu. Kiambu problems can only be dealt with by the Kiambu people themselves. People want to play politics all the time. Politics, we are past politics now. We want to work together with all leaders of goodwill.
Now, this is a story that should worry you. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization is now warning of a food shortage and high food prices in the country in the next year. FAO has cited failed rainfall, high prices of farm inputs, uncertified seeds, and the lethal maize diseases as some of the main challenges facing agriculture sector in Kenya. According to FAO National Food Security Officer Simon Muhindi, food production in the country is likely to drop by 30 to 40%. Now, Muhindi warned that Kenyans to brace for high food prices coming next year, adding that the reliance of maize as a staple food coupled with the emerging problems could cause the shortage. This came as the government and other development partners embarked on an assessment of the food security situation in Kenya and looking at the high potential areas in the country.
30% drop in cereal production, which is our major staple, coupled with the fact that, the maize disease in South Rift is a major concern. And therefore, if you look at that and look at the fact that the short range is not going to perform very well, there is a very high likelihood from April next year, 2014, we should expect some high food prices because of this shortage that we are likely to see.
Now, in an effort to improve the health sector in the country, the Kenya Medical Association has partnered with Apollo hospitals from India to bring new technology and expertise by training nurses and technicians from the health sector, as well as providing modern medical equipment. At a media briefing here in Nairobi, the General Manager of Apollo Hospitals, Dr. Harinda Sinhu, lauded the government's commitment in curbing chronic diseases that have continued to slow development in the country.
Patients who can't even afford sometimes high-end tertiary care in India, there have been some schemes which our doctors were able to give them special packages to bring the patient to India and give them the best care possible.
Has been leading the growth in the region in the healthcare developments. We are very proud that we partnered with the Kenya Medical Association to have a platform where we can exchange experiences, we can exchange knowledge, we can exchange latest technologies, and together grow to the next level that we can offer the best to the patients who need doctors.
Welcome back. You're on the Newsdesk. Let's talk business. And the National Housing Corporation is working on a platform that will enable prospective house buyers access all information regarding houses, make online payments, and track construction. The new EPR system, to be implemented by 7 Seas Technologies and developed by the SAP, a German multinational software corporation, is expected to go live in 8 months' time. This comes as NHC rolls out a 5-year plan to erect 30,000 housing units across the country. The new IT system is set to increase transparency and governance, as well as reduce the cost of real estate. Previously, poor management results from other run times has slowed the delivery of houses in the country.
We'll be able to roll out the 30,000 houses that we want to commence immediately, and you will be able as a Kenyan to book the houses online so that you are able to see your house as you pay for it, track your payment online, and actually even pay online and using other platforms like M-Pesa, all integrated within the ERP.
And the CEO can be able to say, this project is costing us this, this project it's at this level of completion, this project is overrunning in terms of cost, okay? We'll be able even to automate the supply chain process. There's a lot of back office things that we'll be able to implement, processes that will fundamentally change the way national housing delivers services to both the end user, which is the customers who buy the real estate, and also becoming accountable as a state corporation.
And we have some more good news. British explorer Thuo Oil has discovered and sampled movable oil within an estimated 100 meters of net oil pay in good quality sandstone reservoir at the Ageta 1 exploration oil block 13T. Onshore northern Kenya. Now, the Ageta 1 wildcat well is part of Thuo's exploration campaign that has so far made the 5th consecutive oil discovery in the first of the chain of multiple rift basins across northern Kenya. Thuo operates the Ageta 1 well with 50% interest, and Africa Oil also having 50% stake but with a non-operated interest. After a 2-week hiatus from international football, the Barclays Premier League returns for the match week 12, with Saturday's Merseyside derby kicking off a full program over 3 days. Now, Liverpool will open this weekend fixtures as they pay a visit to Everton, as Arsenal, who have not lost a top-flight home match against Southampton since November 1987, winning 13 and drawing 5 of their 18 matches, host Southampton again. Fulham, Hull City and Newcastle will be at home against Swansea, Crystal Palace and Norwich respectively. Now, Sunderland, who are unbeatable in their last 4 Barclays Premier League matches against Stoke, will be visiting Britannia Stadium. West Ham, without a win in 4 Barclays Premier League matches, home matches, their worst such run under Sam Allardyce, will hope to secure a vital win against Chelsea in the final Saturday fixture. On Sunday, Man City will be up against a stubborn Tottenham, as David Moyes will hope that Manchester United continues with its winning ways against Cardiff City. Right, we're just about to wind up, but just a reminder of the website you need to be reading, that is standardmedia.co.ke. There's a story of Governor Evans Kidero's new ride. So the governor has this powered limousine that was, powered by a Rolls-Royce engine. It cost just about 217,000, but that was in 1966. Now the governor will be riding that in the Jubilee celebrations. Now to wind up now properly would be a Did You Know fact. And now that Edith is not there, I'm able to pick whichever I want. Now, did you know the founders of YouTube conceived the idea when they were looking for the video of Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction, and they couldn't get the video, so they, bang, found YouTube. My name is Bonny Tunya. Good afternoon.